At some point during your betta keeping journey, I'm sure that you stumbled upon those random videos showing these people out in these large fields flooded with water, these big rice fields flooded with water, and they had these baskets and they were scooping feverishly in the water, and when they pulled up the basket, there was a betta, a beautiful, vibrant, colorful betta. And maybe you just thought it was cool, or maybe you thought something was a little off about it. And if that is the case, then you were not wrong to find it kind of odd. I remember when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's pretty neat, but then I really started learning all that there was to giving my fish the best life possible. My brain just kind of went back to that, and I realized something was a little off. What was it? And then I finally realized what it was. And that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Let's start out with a small feature on wild betta fish. You may not know this, but the betta fish that you find in your pet store have been bred and crossbred to have the colors, the patterns, the genes, the fin shape and size that they have today. In the wild, you're not going to find any of that. Wild bettas are absolutely gorgeous, and you would be surprised to find out just how many they are. Here's a chart I found by the artist Kenneth. He's on Facebook, and these are just a few of the betta species. They're absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous fish, and I love how much variety there is. But do you notice something a little different? Yeah, they don't have large fins, and they do have beautiful color, but it's not quite the same as the domesticated betta that we have in pet stores. Now, funny enough, some wild betta types you can still get to keep, although their care is a little bit different than a domesticated betta. So I wouldn't recommend getting a wild betta until you have learned how to care for them. I've never kept them myself, so I focus on caring for domesticated bettas, but you could certainly learn how to do so. I have a good friend on Instagram. His Instagram handle is Merkwoods Bettas. He keeps wild bettas in absolutely gorgeous tanks, so go check him out because his reels are gorgeous, and it can just give you an idea of how neat these little wild bettas are. Now you've kind of seen a few of the different types of wild bettas, and now I want to point you to an incredible documentary on YouTube. It's free. It's probably about 30 minutes long. It's gorgeous. And fairly recently, the guy that made it actually made a little sequel or a second one. So go check those out. I'll link those in the description. They're beautiful, but it just gives you an even better idea of how incredible these wild bettas are. I'm going to go ahead and play a very short clip since you're already on this video, just to give you an idea. But the full-length documentaries are definitely worth watching.
These fish weren't always this colorful and elegant. The Siamese fighting fish originates from the floodplains of Southeast Asia. The betta prefers areas with dense aquatic vegetation where they hide and forage. Within this habitat, the establishment of territories involves intense aggressive displays and physical confrontations among the males.
As you can tell now, these bettas are very different from the domesticated ones we see today. I want to take your attention back to those catching the bettas in the wild videos. Does anything seem kind of off? I'm gonna play a clip of one of them for you just to see if you notice what I'm talking about. Those fish look suspiciously like the domesticated ones. And you're right, these are not wild bettas. They are not catching wild bettas. They are catching domesticated bettas. Both I and many other people who comment on these videos believe that they were released for that specific video. They were released by these people who are likely the betta breeders who are doing this for reviews. And as you can see, some of these videos do rack up pretty significant viewage. And I'm sure that they are definitely benefiting from them because of ads and such. Let's go ahead and take another look at a short one that I saw here. As you can see, this Betta has the absolute survival skills of a Cheeto. And honestly, it makes me sad because it just feels like another way that bettas are being exploited for views and for content and for monetary gain. I have gone over before certain influencers that are betta keepers, and even one who's a cook. Okay, don't get me started on that one. But all of these videos and all these creators and all these things have a very similar theme. Exploitation of bettas for monetary gain. You cannot tell me that there would be any other reason that these people would be releasing domesticated bettas into the wild just to film like this. Now, if you're like me, you may have also seen one of the videos I played earlier, and you might have seen just how densely planted that flooded ground was. So there's a lot of grass, and so it seems like the guy's just kind of blindly going into it and just scooping up random bettas here and there. Now, I admit, if you release some domesticated bettas out into the wild there, it's very possible that he might lose a few and a few might get away. The main downside with this is that this Betta, as you can tell, had the survival skills of a Cheeto. So, because they're domesticated, they do still have some of their natural instincts, but a lot of them don't. Not to mention, most of them with their long flowing fins are not going to be able to pick up enough speed and are not going to be agile enough to escape predators. So my fear is that if any of these were just left in the wild, they would not live very long, which is a sad thought. Obviously, these bettas are little lives, and it is our God-given duty to care for these animals, just like Proverbs 12:10 says, which is one of my most favorite Bible verses. We are blessed when we do what we were appointed and created to do, which is care for creatures. And even if you might think, oh, well, it's just such a small little life, it's such a small little fish, it still matters, and we are still blessed when we care for them properly, when we use them and misuse them and exploit them for views and content. And this goes for any animal, for any fish, for anything. And I honestly find it hard to believe that these content creators could sleep in peace at night. And here's another short that I want you to look at really quickly. As you can tell, this Betta was obviously just released and then recaptured. And if you go to the comments, the people commenting will tell you as much. The person is you. You ain't fooling anyone. Next, he will release his little bro and say he found a kid to bring home and raise. You released your own Betta just to recapture and rehome it. Next up is your cat or dog. Someone said, fact, modern colorful Bettas were selectively breeded and get sold in aquarium businesses. Wild Bettas are more monochromatic or shaded and have distinctive features apart from the colorful disco-looking body traits. So yes, these people are right, and I highly doubt that this guy just happened to find them in the wild. Now, I do want to be fair because there are certain situations, especially here in the US, where people, fish keepers, will get tired of their fish and just dump them into bodies of water. You have likely heard of people doing this with goldfish, but people do it with other fish, and they also do it with bettas. But because this guy is from, what I can tell, Indonesia, the Philippines, he is likely a breeder who has released a Betta to get the content. Sitting here and trying to figure out why he would do that, my best guess is one of the two. Maybe he has his business linked through the YouTube channel, and so people are viewing his video and they're going and they're buying his Bettas. But he may also just be making money off of the ads, just purely from the enormous amount of views that he's getting, which is very possible. This could be the case. Either way, it's not okay. But I will bet that you are here because you want to give your betta fish the best life. And you also want to learn how to go from confused to confident in giving your betta the best life possible. If that is the case, then I have incredible news for you. I just recently released the ultimate betta keeping bundle. This bundle includes several incredible features, but the gem of it all is the nearly 200-page Betta Care ebook that's written in step-by-step order. So if you're tired of searching online and spending hours and hours trying to piece together information, this is the resource for you. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment under this video. So now you know, friend, 99 times out of 100 are staged for views and monetary gain, which is sad. But I do want to encourage you that as long as you are doing what it takes to give your Betta the best life possible, then you can sleep in peace at night, knowing that you're doing what you were created to do, to give a warm and loving home to these little creatures so that they will thrive and live their best life. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to go check out the rest of the channel. It's absolutely chock full of information to teach you how to become the best Betta parent. And don't forget to go check out that pinned comment either. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or night, no matter when you are watching this. God bless you, my friend, and I will see you in the next video.